Hey guys, and welcome to the Refrag Academy. In this video, I'll walk you through a default on the CT side of Mirage. It's very important that you spread out your defense, but also make sure that they are still connected once you fight for positions on Mirage. So let's dive into it and let's see where all the different players are situated. So out of CT spawn, I want 2 players to be moving towards the A bomb side. I want 1 player to be walking towards middle, and I want 2 players to be walking towards B. Let's start with the 2 players moving towards A. One of them is gonna be the A player, the base player, the guy whose, I guess, only purpose of life is to defend this bomb site. He will be moving into a different position each round. He can play from default right here, where he's holding ramp. He can stand on top of default if he wants to. He can also go under balcony, on top of balcony, or close ramp. Basically, his job is to defend the A bomb site. However he want to do it is up to him. One thing I always want to do though, if I'm the A player, is that I just want to smoke off ramp straight away. There's nothing worse than allowing people to just rush up ramp from the beginning of the round, or allow a T player standing down here with an AWP on AK and hitting a lucky shot, so you're already 1 man down 5 seconds into the round. So waste a smoke on ramp every round, and then from this point and onwards, it doesn't really matter where you go. You can smoke ramp and then you can go into default or go on the balcony, or even if you dare, well, you can go close towards ramp as well. That's this guy's job, this guy's function. Of course, whenever they then execute on A bomb site, sometimes it'd be nice if you save your smoke, or if you get one of your teammates to smoke for you, so you can do a one-way like this where you make it slightly harder for the T's to find you when they get up. But again, the more you play on this A bomb site, the more you'll find out what kind of reactions you need. The second player moving to A is the guy coming right here. He wants to cross over right here, and he wants to be in this position, so in case an A rush is coming in straight away, or in case someone is rushing out of palace, he can help his teammate straight away. Now, one thing I would always advise this guy to do from the beginning of the round is to flash top middle like this. You just want to make sure that if a T player is rushing out of top middle from the beginning of the round, there's no way that he should get a clean kill on a guy in window or just walk out here without being blind for any second at all. So if you're the second A player playing over here, in more rounds than not, I would always just flash top middle like this. Now, whether or not you decide to play stairs where you're holding palace for your teammate, or you're playing inside connector where you're helping your mid player, well, it depends on what you feel for, it depends on how aggressive you want to be, and it depends on what kind of opponent you're playing against. If you're playing against someone who likes to do A executes, then I would strongly advise you to play close to your teammate on A. Maybe even sometimes do a double setup where you're hiding below balcony and your stable A player is hiding right here, so you can bait for each other. But in more rounds than not, stay around connector, stay around this area, because in this position you can also flash for your teammates. So if they're coming up ramp, you can throw this flash for a teammate, dodge it, and then peek out with him. So it's basically a supportive role where you can throw nades for yourself, you can throw nades for your teammates, and then it's all about aiming. Some of the best aimers in the world are playing this position. Third guy would be going into window, and he would be coming from CT spawn like this, instantly inside the window. And if he wants to and have a good spawn, he can hold this angle with an AWP. You have to be careful though, because if you have a bad spawn, you cannot walk into this angle. Then there is a timing where the T player will be out here before you will, and then odds are you'll die more often than not. What usually happens in Counter-Strike these days is that someone will smoke off window, and at this point you have a decision to make. Are you gonna stay in window? Are you gonna put a nade into the smoke and be a little bit aggressive while checking middle? Are you gonna walk back CT spawn with your AWP? Are you gonna go into jungle and hold palace? At this point, it's just very important that you communicate to your teammates, I no longer have vision of middle, I'm smoked off, I'm now gonna do this. And then the rest of the team will have to accommodate for you rotating around. Playing window in Mirage is not really about playing window, it's about making a reaction and then going into connector, going into jungle, going CT spawn, rotating over towards B, or maybe even hiding in the smoke, sitting window like this. There's so many different options you can do. Just make sure that you communicate with your teammates though, because it's super annoying when you have a window player who just leaves window and doesn't say shit, and all of a sudden there's 2 guys up connector, and the connector player is like, what the hell? Where did that come from? So communication is key when you're playing window. You also want 2 players moving towards the B bomb side. The short player will always walk in towards short, and a good thing for him right here is to get into this position as fast as possible, because he can then hear if they're rushing B. And if he can hear 3, 4, 5 guys rushing while flashes are coming all over, then of course his job is to defend the B bomb side from the beginning with the 5th player. Now if he can't hear anything, that's when he get a free pass to maybe walk out, catwalk right here. If he doesn't hear anything middle, doesn't hear anything B, he can walk out right here, he can take a duel. If he gets told by the teammate in window that he's smoked off and he's aware that there's someone out middle, well, he can try to hold this angle, he can try to hold this angle, he can even go in towards the ladder room and play a bit more passive, wait for someone to come into short. Basically, he has to make a decision whether he wants to commit himself to play short and fight for middle, or if he wants to commit himself behind this box where he's holding short sort of, but has a quick rotation towards B. Again, are you playing against a team that likes to B execute a lot? Then stay closer to your teammate. Are you playing against a team who likes to take mid control? You have more free pass to go out here middle and do something. A couple of smokes that are cool is just throwing down a smoke like this. Basically what it does is it denies vision for the T players. They no longer know if you're standing behind, if you're doing a one-way, if you're walking into ladder room. So as a defensive smoke, it doesn't do much in terms of what you can do with it in terms of being aggressive. More so, it denies vision for the T players and make them second guess a little bit. So that's one utility you could do. Meanwhile, the fifth player is probably the most boring job in the world of Counter-Strike. At least that's what the pros are saying. You're playing to defend B apps, and 9 out of 10 rounds, odds are no one will come over here. Odds are no one will come out. So your finest job is to get over here and start jumping. You want to start jumping like this just to play for information, because all you have to do in 9 out of 10 rounds is not necessarily killing your opponents. Now you just want to stay alive and get info. So in case they are do a B execute, well, you're going to fall back, you're going to put a smoke down like this, and all you have to do is try to stay alive for as long as possible. If you can stay alive and get 1-2 kills while they're coming out, then the backup is coming in, odds are you'll win the round. If you die instantly without getting a kill, or just by getting 1 kill if you're standing in an upfront position like this, odds are you'll lose control over the B bomb site and you'll lose the round. So this job right here is just to stay alive for as long as possible. Now you can decide to jump up right here and be a bit aggressive, walking inside Palace, take a bit of a gamble, and I'd advise you to do that maybe once or twice in a game. But be aware that it's with high risk and also high reward, because if you get into this position and you can stand right here, you can basically tell your teammates that if you don't see anything, odds that it's going to be a B go or a B execute, very, very low. And even if they do execute, you get the point of contact so early that you can forward the information to your teammates, so the mid player can already rotate in towards the B bomb site before you're done fighting. So 9 out of 10 rounds, play to stay alive, maybe a couple of times during a half, be aggressive and be the guy who's trying to make the round. Now that you know how to run a default on CT side Mirage, it's important that you learn your own position and you learn the nades attached to a position. So make sure to check out the Refrag training tool that can show you all the grenades, all the utility, and all the timings on your spot. Thank you so much for watching.